President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi holds phone call with the Iraqi Prime Minister to discuss Arab summit preparations. President el-Sisi ratifies Egypt-Saudi agreement to encourage and protect mutual investments. And Egypt participates in BRICS foreign ministers meeting in Brazil. Good evening. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and the Iraqi Prime Minister Mohammed Shia al-Sudani held a phone call to discuss preparations for the upcoming Arab summit, scheduled for May 17th in Baghdad. Both leaders emphasized the importance of the summit's success amid regional challenges and reaffirmed their commitment to enhancing bilateral cooperation, particularly in economic and infrastructure sectors. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has ratified an agreement with Saudi Arabia aimed at encouraging and protecting mutual investments. The accord is expected to enhance economic cooperation and attract capital inflows between the two nations. Also, the Egyptian President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi has ratified two major international agreements. That's according to the official Gazette. The first is Presidential Decree number 607 of 2024, approving a bilateral agreement with Saudi Arabia aimed at encouraging and protecting mutual investments between the two countries. The second, Presidential Decree number 6 of 2025, approves an exchange of letters regarding a €500,000 grant from the Spanish Agency for International Development Cooperation. The grant will finance a project to treat industrial wastewater from sugar factories and support the reuse of treated sewage water. The initiative will be implemented by Egypt's Environment Affairs Agency under the Ministry of the Environment. Ambassador Regai El-Tribi, a personal representative of the President and Assistant Foreign Minister, represented Egypt at the BRICS foreign ministers meeting held yesterday in Brazil, which currently holds the bloc's rotating presidency. Speaking for Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati, El-Tribi reaffirmed Egypt's call to end Israeli aggression in Palestinian territories and violations in Lebanon and Syria, rejecting any attempts to forcibly displace Palestinians. He stressed the urgent need to allow humanitarian aid into Gaza and outlined Egypt's ongoing efforts to secure a ceasefire and rally support for the Arab Islamic Reconstruction Plan, efforts welcomed by BRICS members. The meeting also tackled global tensions, with Egypt urging stronger multilateral cooperation and reforms to international governance to better address ongoing global crises and ensure fairer representation for developing nations. Egyptian Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati has held a phone call with Abdul Salam Ali, Somalia's newly appointed Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, to congratulate him on his new post and reaffirm Egypt's support for Somalia. Abdel Ati reaffirmed Egypt's strong ties with Somalia, highlighting strategic cooperation across political, economic and security sectors following President Mohammed's visit to Cairo in January 2025. He pledged continued support for Somalia's unity and counter-terrorism efforts, stressing its key role in Horn of Africa stability. Both ministers discussed boosting regional coordination and consultations, with the Somali minister thanking Egypt for its support and role in the African Union transition mission in Somalia. In Giza's countryside, a unique initiative is bringing visitors closer to nature and Egypt's culinary heritage, while empowering rural women through farming and traditional food.
Visitors explore seasonal crops while enjoying a traditional homemade breakfast in a serene encounter with nature at a farm in Gaza, Egypt. The one-day experience is part of a community-based initiative by Nawaya. This nonprofit began in 2011 in the Badrashin area to support small-scale farmers and promote rural development.
هدفنا الأساسي إن إحنا بنشتغل على التنمية الريفية. أوائل مشاريعنا كانت مركزة أكتر مع الفلاحين اللي عندهم حيازات صغيرة على الزراعة البيئية والزراعة النظيفة باستخدام مدخلات مختلفة طبيعية، وابتدينا بعديها إن إحنا نركز أكتر إزاي نقدر نشتغل على بقية الأسرة، فاشتغلنا مع السيدات الريفيات على المشاريع الخاصة بالأكل.
Building on this foundation, Nawaya launched the Rural Heritage Project in 2019 to document traditional Egyptian recipes and involve local women in a form of tourism rooted in food culture. The project aims not only to preserve culinary traditions, but also to create immersive experiences that reconnect visitors with agriculture and the rhythm of the seasons. Visitors have welcomed the chance to better understand rural life. One attendee shared her excitement at discovering different crops and tasting authentic home-cooked dishes while spending a day in close contact with farm life, something she had never experienced before.
أنا جاية النهاردة عشان أتعرف على الأتموسفير بتاع المزرعة، أول مرة أشوفه في حياتي بصراحة. الجو ده اللي هو الريفي، وإن أنا أشوف الحيوانات بتاكل إزاي، وأول مرة أشوف أصلا النهاردة كمية زرع رهيبة. أول مرة أعرف كمان إن السمسم ورد بيتزرع.
Since its inception, Nawaya has trained 300 women in nutrition and traditional food preparation. Among them, 25 now work in the Nawaya kitchen, offering hands-on cooking sessions and selling homemade products. The initiative continues to foster a deeper appreciation of Egypt's food heritage, while creating meaningful economic opportunities for women in rural communities.
Now that's made us all hungry. The Egyptian government continues to implement national agricultural projects aimed at achieving greater food security. Initiatives include the reclamation of 1.5 million fadans, the New Delta project covering 2.2 million fadans, and development in regions like Toshka and East Oanat. These efforts focus on increasing agricultural productivity and supporting related industries. The Arab Organization for Industrialization has signed a strategic partnership with China's Xingyai medical equipment company to locally produce MRI, X-ray and CT scan devices in Egypt. This collaboration aims to reduce reliance on imports and position Egypt as a regional hub for medical equipment manufacturing. The Egyptian Red Crescent is participating in World Immunization Week under the theme Immunization for All is Humanly Possible. The organization is conducting awareness campaigns on diseases such as hepatitis B, meningitis, seasonal influenza, polio and measles, emphasizing the importance of vaccinations in protecting public health. Minister of Tourism and Antiquities Sharif Fathi has inaugurated the Egyptian Pavilion at the 32nd edition of the Arabian Travel Market held in Dubai until May 1st. Tourism Minister Fathi emphasized Egypt's commitment to global partnerships, especially with GCC countries. The 800 square meter pavilion features 77 exhibitors and replicas of King Tutankhamun's treasures, drawing strong interest. The focus this year is on the upcoming opening of the Grand Egyptian Museum on July 3rd, further underscoring Egypt's tourism appeal and investment potential. Egypt's Minister of Labour, Mohamed Gabran, has announced that the ministry facilitated the creation of 378,000 job opportunities domestically and an additional 6,000 jobs for Egyptians abroad within the past 10 months. The minister announced that the Ministry of Labour is finalising the National Employment Strategy with the ILO and other partners to address labour market challenges. He highlighted the reduction of unemployment from 30% in 2014 to 6.4%, driven by New Republic projects. From July 2024 to April 2025, 378,174 job opportunities were created in the private sector. The ministry also focused on inclusivity, offering 55,000 jobs for women, 20,000 for people with disabilities, and securing 6,000 jobs abroad. Additionally, Egypt hosts its first virtual employment forum in April 2025. Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli has directed the formation of a working group to prepare Egypt's bid to host the 2029 annual meetings of the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank Group. The move aims to bolster Egypt's position in the global financial community and attract international investment. Egypt's Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli chaired a meeting today of the Supreme Committee for Market Regulation and Commodity Pricing. During the meeting, the Prime Minister emphasized the ongoing importance of closely monitoring market conditions and the prices of goods across the country. He stressed that regular follow-ups with government officials and technical committees are essential to ensure stable markets and adequate supply at fair prices. Madbouli reiterated the government's commitment to ensuring the availability of essential goods in sufficient quantities and at affordable prices in line with public demand. He highlighted the continuous efforts of regulatory bodies to track market fluctuations and take immediate action against any violations or discrepancies found. Spokesperson for Egypt's cabinet, Mohammed El-Homesseni, has stated that Prime Minister Mustafa Madbouli's remarks on Egypt's positive economic outlook reflect renewed confidence in the government and global economic uncertainty and downgraded growth forecasts by the IMF and the World Bank. He added that Egypt has from the outset implemented multiple plans to confront regional and international challenges with the aim of sustaining economic growth. He emphasized that there was no alternative but to continue working toward gradually higher growth rates to address these challenges and achieve the desired development. In response to anticipated dust storms, Egypt's Ministry of Health and Population has elevated readiness levels across hospitals, particularly in emergency departments. Measures include allocating additional beds, equipping intensive care units, and ensuring the availability of necessary medical supplies to manage respiratory and cardiovascular conditions exacerbated by the weather. The Egyptian Meteorological Authority has forecast a noticeable drop in temperatures tomorrow. The country is expected to experience warm weather during the day across northern regions, including Greater Cairo and northern Upper Egypt, while southern Sinai and southern Upper Egypt will remain hot. Nighttime conditions will be moderate, turning cooler by dawn in most areas. Light to moderate rainfall is expected over the northwestern coast and northern parts of the Nile Delta. Winds will also be active across much of the country, potentially kicking up sand and dust in Greater Cairo, northern Upper Egypt, the Western Desert, and parts of southern Upper Egypt. And just before we go, let's recap the main headlines in Egypt. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi holds phone call with the Iraqi Prime Minister to discuss Arab summit preparations. President el-Sisi ratifies Egypt-Saudi agreement to encourage and protect mutual investments. And Egypt participates in BRICS foreign ministers meeting in Brazil. And that's all for now. Remember to stay updated by following Qnews for the latest developments.